Well, here we go again. Maybe you don't recognize me. This is Brian P. McIntyre, a gentleman, a man living in long-term recovery, 12-step program. And I'm coming to you now. I'm real late today. It's about 4:40 in the afternoon, and I've had a busy day. I'm trying to be congruent with everything that's going on. So you may notice there's a little different look to me today. I don't know if it's an improvement or not. I think my wife thought it was. A dear friend of my daughter's, a co-worker, a former co-worker, my daughter left where she was at Ottawa High School for her reasons, and is now out at the Rutland School teaching and special education. But she had a co-worker that Kelly that made this custom mask for me. So I want to be proactive, which is a real big word today. So I want to be proactive since I am an endangered species, and a friend of mine, Mike, a guy that my God, I was 19 or 20 years old. He and I were in business together in Chicago. We had a body and fender shop at 84th and South Ashland Avenue. It was called Cash Fine Cars, Cash Automotive. And but we started out with an office in, not an office, it was a garage, and and we were painting trucks and stuff like that. Tough work. Oh, did you notice I'm also protected here. I couldn't get a whole body prophylactic, so this is the closest thing I could come to. And and I'm doing this all for a specific reason. I need to be more sensitive to some of the clients that need some personal attention and that are on some deadlines and what have you. So I've got the mask, I've got the gloves. Now here's the problem with the mask. With the mask, if you breathe and it's colder out, there's a temperature, your temperature of breath and temperature of the outside air, your glasses steam up. So I don't know how the doctors deal with that one. So, but fortunately, my wife came up with some stuff. So I take this thing off. Oops, I just dropped my hearing aid. And my overload on my ear, I suppose, huh? And so I got this thing now. So I can be, not only protect myself, but protect others. And as my friend Mike pointed out to me on the phone with him last night, he and his wife Joanne live up in the southwestern suburbs, and I called them to see how they're doing. And he said, you know, Brian, because the age we are, the way this could all come down, if Big Brother is really watching, and it comes down and there's only a couple of ventilators and there's 3 of us are sick and you're the oldest guy, guess what? You may not get a ventilator. But there's all kinds of jokes going on about that kind of stuff too. But anyway, I'm alone in the office, back in solitary confinement, although I have seen a couple of clients today on appointment only. I can't keep my doors wide open like I used to. So if you give me a call at 815-220-0299. Also, if you need to see other professionals for anything, I do have some contacts with some people that are doing telehealth, and especially on the behavioral health issues. If you got depression going on, if you got anxiety going on, if you think that you're going to relapse, give a call. Let's talk about it, because this is, you know, we are not meant to be. We are, as the human race is complex for sure, but we're all in it. And for us to stay 10 foot apart, you know, I'm a hugger too, so geez, I miss hugs. But I got some special things to talk about. I can take these gloves off too. I don't know why I ever got these gloves. Maybe my wife will remind me, I suppose. I'm a member of a drug coalition in Bureau County, and it's called CPASA, and it's Citizens Providing Awareness of Substance Abuse. And CPASA is a great group. There's probably 140 members. And I have to give kudos to the coroner of Bureau County. And she's been elected official there, Janice Wamhoff, for, I don't know, 30 years or more. But when she saw what was going on with the opiate issues and the number of overdoses in Bureau County, she really took action and got involved and got the health department to get involved. And they formed CPASA, and a dear friend, Dawn, was picked to be, Dawn Connerton, was picked to be the director of it. And she's just got more energy than anybody could ever imagine. And Dawn sent me an email this morning. And this is really important for those that are hurting financially. And through CPASA, the Citizens Providing Awareness of Substance Abuse, and that's for Bureau, Putnam, and Marshall counties. I have a list here of for housing payment assistance programs in Bureau County, Carroll County, LaSalle County, Lee County, Marshall County, Ogle County, Putnam County, Stark County, Whiteside. So give me a call at 815-220-0299 if you live in those areas, and I'll give you the emails, or if I can get my IT guy a hold of him, and maybe I could get it so you could get it off of my Facebook page. I'm waiting for my IT guy to know, and so he's I'm looking to have him get involved in this a little bit too. Let's see here on the other issues of the day. For some reason, I'd written down a couple of notes this morning, and I don't get real, I don't get real political about things, but I was watching a show the other day, and they had an African American MD that used to be a professional football player that went to I'm not sure, maybe it was Emory University. I don't know where he went. Anyway, the guy is now, he played several years in the NFL, I think for the Tennessee Titans. And now he is a neurosurgeon at Massachusetts General Hospital. You know, I used to live in Massachusetts as I journeyed through life. I was part of a company that went up and down like a rocket ship. I ended up in Boston, Massachusetts, working for a company, another replacement window company. I used to be in the home improvement business. And Massachusetts General was, for that part of the world, was not quite like Mayo Clinic, but boy, they were really respected and still are. And this doctor was talking about why he chose to be a doctor, and he talked about role models, and he talked about Dr. Ben Carson as a role model, and he talked about Michael Jordan as a role model, and he talked about Jim Brown as a role model, and you know, I can identify that, and a lot of us, you know, when it comes down to recovery, you know, if we search our lives, if we don't have role models, and they're powerful ones, that could really affect us. But if we've got role models that are powerful in a negative way, well, guess what? We do what we learn from, and I for sure can testify to that. So, but again, housing assistance. I've got these email addresses, and I also have a name of people to contact that's on those lists as well. So, but I don't know if anybody ever listens to if a guy by the name of George Noory. I can't sleep very well sometimes, and I get up and there's a radio show on. It's on 1340 or 1430, whatever it is, in Ottawa, and it's called Coast to Coast. And I was listening to a doctor this morning that was on there, and he's at Harvard University, and his name is Dr. Shiva Ayoduri. He's got a PhD in I don't know how many things, and he had quite a commentary on it. And then, nothing happens in God's world by mistake. I'm just skipping around. I caught something today, and for anybody that has access to the internet, and if you want to see why things are kind of unfolding, my God, I heard a guy by the name of Ross Jeffries, and boy, if you can plug into him, listen to what he's got to say on this stuff, because it's pretty powerful stuff. But I'm gonna get away from that now. So I'll just again make the suggestion to take a look at what Ross Jeffries was talking about, and so that's that. So I was really charged up about all that stuff, and I got to see 3 clients today. I got 2 more coming in, so I'm going to have to gear up again when they come in. But nobody's due for another hour, and I can't have everybody come together. That's not a good idea. And when I came into my office this morning, I even brought a tape measure with me, so I've got 7 feet minimum between myself and the clients. Just trying to keep on schedule and help people that need the help. I guess in closing, well, this was kind of a tough one this morning. I have a clinical director. I never thought I'd ever have a business with a clinical director. Well, I got one, and he's really good, and he's the most empathetic individual I've met in my life, and he's a button-down kind of guy. He ran an office for Department of Children and Family Services for about 20 years, and had 200 or 300 people working for him. And he's got some issues. His truck had a recall, and he never got it in for the recall because he's been so busy with his own counseling service down in Carlinville, Illinois, which is south of Springfield. And I'm going to be opening up a branch office there in Carlinville, and doing the DUI stuff that we do. And I had been, and so he was needing a vehicle. We're trying to figure out a way to get him a vehicle, and but he was not available this morning. Well, it seems that from a young 11-year-old fellow from his church, who they've been working with for quite some time. It just seems, with all this crap going on, here he's taken time to take this 11-year-old, because he's beyond hospice, because he's got cancer. He's had 2 strokes. His name is Devon, D-E-V-O-N. And my son-in-law, Wayne, was talking to me about him today. And boy, I just got so overcome with all the stuff that's going on in this world. And here this little kid is probably going to die tomorrow. It sure gets to me. So I know I'm going to get through it. I'm going to get beyond it. But you know what? That's still a little part of me today. Because I care. I can help. You can. Pass the word around that I'm available to help no matter what. Everybody's life is precious. No matter what we've done. You know, for those of us that are in recovery, I talk about it sometimes. We seem to grow a tail. And very appropriately, it's all right to talk about having a tail. And it's probably congruent with what they're telling us today, to be maybe 6 to 10 feet apart from people. Because when we have a tail, and if it's so, it's just a minute or so, the tail, and we're all in a room, and we're trying to stay away from each other, but we keep whacking the tails. And that's kind of what happens for those in recovery, because every once in a while, somebody is going to step on our tail. And then our feelings get hurt, you know. Give me an example. I'm watching a movie, or not a movie. I was flipping channels earlier this morning. I caught a guy on a program that deals with finances, and the guy does a lot of commercials on TV. And he was being interviewed by a guy by the name of Barney, I think. I'm not sure what his name. Well, anyway, the guy's very successful. What he's doing, he sells pillows, and he's doing a lot of good work, and he's got a recovery foundation, and he talked about other recovery avenues other than AA, which there are. There's Smart Recovery. There's a lot of different things, but I'm an AA guy. Because I'm abstinence from any alcohol and drugs, and that's just who I am. But this guy, had a big problem, and much like I did, I was a crack cocaine guy, man. I tell you, I just couldn't get enough. It was only psychologically addicted, so what the heck, I was going to be all right, right? Because I was well balanced. But lo and behold, if that interviewer didn't talk about his past, and maybe I'm oversensitive to it because of what my past is, but he just couldn't go on, because the guy has taken his production facility making pillows, and he's making these things, masks. And lo and behold, the guy to bring that up. That's part of the tale I'm talking about. So if anybody out there has a tale, or a tale to tell, give me a call, 815-220-0299, or maybe I'll see you at a meeting someplace. And I heard there's virtual meetings going on, and I might get on a little bit later, because the Illinois Department of Human Services just came up with a list. I didn't print it off yet, but they talked about doing services. And before I leave the office today, I will take a look at that, and I will get back on. So about all that I can handle. And thanks for listening. Bye-bye now.